And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit.
What's up, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. We back in action with another reaction video. Back in this thing. Like, cracking this thing, man. Like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Some music you use, some knowledge you can't get in college, big dog. Find me on all streaming platforms. Rich Trapper, Game 6. Rich Trapper, worth more than money. Rich Trapper, I'm better off without you. Start from scratch in The Nightmare Before Christmas. They both out now, as well as my newest project. I'm still better off without who? I'm better off without you. Get into that if you ain't got into that, man. Find me on all streaming platforms. But you want to get into my newest single, Something Gone. That's out right now, man. Something Gone, Rich Trapper. That's out right now, man. If you think that I'm playing, hold on. Rich Trapper. Let me see. Boom, that's that right there, man. 4 days ago, we put that up. Something Gone, man. Y'all help me get this video to 10K views, man. I appreciate y'all love. Rich Trapper, Something Gone, man. The link will be in the bio. We gonna make sure we give y'all that, man. So I appreciate y'all for giving me love on that, man. Make sure y'all show me some love. We finna jump into this content, man. But before we do, we need to let y'all know that these honey bourbon loose leaves are the bee's knees, big dog. You trying to get you a little wakey bakey? Trying to get you a little wakey bakey, eggs and bakey? You feel me? Roll up these honey bourbon loose leaves, man. Shout to Deso Dub. Shout to loose leaves. Honey bourbon loose leaves. An awful lot of loose leaves. Honey bourbon loose leaves. Awful lot of loose leaves, man. Said it twice, so it's nice. Loose leaves. The perfect color leaves for a perfect roll every single time. Get into those if you ain't got into those. You also want to get into these good, tasty, live resin, disposable cartridges. Cannabis-derived terpenes, premium category 3 distillate, no pesticides or heavy metals, no Metallica. No Metallica. Make sure y'all get into these, man. And if you're trying to, boom, I hold the QR code up for you. Get your phone out. No, you're for real. Get your phone out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you got that QR code. Don't worry about it, big dog. Tell them, Rich Trapper sent you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. If you're trying to figure out how to get this good Chiliano, we giving away, man. We giving away $200. How you get $200? How you get $200, man? Drop a comment, because the best comment between now and May the 14th, considering that we get to 10,000 by then, we'll receive a $50 cash app, as well as the best comment between now and the end of April, we'll receive a $50 cash app as well. So make sure y'all get into that if you have not gotten into that. We're giving away this good Chiliana here at TNN Trap News Network. We got Gunners Collective. Norte Unity video has caused controversy based off No Jumper diss. A lot of northern Hispanics, Mexicans, raza have made their way to Southern California, and they put all their beefs aside to shoot a music video in Southern California to prove a point of saying that I guess the northern Mexicans are more unified than the southern Mexicans. How true is that? I have no idea. No idea. You feel me? No idea. But you know what I do know is it's gonna get tricky. It's gonna get tricky. We're finna jump into this content without no further do's or don'ts, man. Shout out to Gunners Collective Clips. Let's go.
Back to the Collective Clips, where you already know content I'm kicking, and I haven't seen one of these in a very long time, where different norteños from different cities, different sections, different areas have come together to actually drop a video. You know, a video in unity. The last time I seen one of these was back in the 90s, man, when the GUN album came out. And I remember, man, that was like, that sparked a movement. You know, I could distinctly remember, you know, that shit was everywhere. There was posters. I know my primo got one. Huelga, right? There was posters, CDs being given out, man. There was a lot of canalismo, a lot of unity, all the way from Tulare County, Kern County, Kings County, Merced County, the Bay Area, all the way up north, the Salad Bowl, San Hole. Everyone came together as one united front, one united people. And that's one thing I can say about the Norteño cause, man, is, you know, a long time ago, there used to be a lot of red on red. There used to be a lot of inner fighting, Vario to Vario warfare. And look, there still is, quietly as it's kept, you know, in different cities like Sacramento, San Francisco, whatever city, there's always going to be beef, because the number one thing in any type of gang is people want to be considered the hardest Vario, or them steppers, right? Them ones, them certified gangsters. That's just how it is, right? No matter if you're north or south or east or west, you're always wanting to be that one, right? Every hood's like that. It's just in the Kool-Aid. That's, you know, and everyone drinks it. But watching this video yesterday, I could see the canalismo was there. These guys are a united front. They stand strong together. And I didn't see nothing really wrong with the video, but I seen one line that stood out amongst the rest. Now, we all know when Lazy Boy pulled up to No Jumper, You know, there was a lot of people that had hurt feelings, a lot of people that were feeling some type of way. And I'm not going to say it was Southerners or Northerners. I'm just going to say there's a lot of people that wanted to voice an opinion and think that that was a bad thing, when I thought it was a beautiful thing. I thought it was, now, albeit I don't care for that platform. I don't care for its host and the type of conflict he tries to cause, the type of chaos he tries to cause in the urban and the Latino and in the brown and black communities. But at the same time, hey man, that man is just allowing you to go perform at his platform, to go speak your truths. And if you decide to say too much, that's on you, man. If you fall for the okey doke and you're dumb enough to fucking be susceptible to the bullshit questions he asks, that's on you. If you take it for a platform where you can go get your point across, man, and speak some real shit without speaking too much real shit, well, then you're good, right? That's just the way that is. Anyways, again, like I said, I don't condone that individual. But as a platform as a whole, as an opportunity for the Northern cause and the Southern cause to go get the message put out for the raza, absolutely, man, do your thing. That's on you. You know, quietly as it's kept, you can't let the next man knock your hustle. You always got to be about your hustle. So anyways, I see this Unity video and it slaps. The song slaps. The whole get down with the different fucking ciphers, basically from the different different norteños from different sections, different areas. You know, I can get down with that, man. I can respect the music. I can respect the Northern cause pushing their people. Forever forward, man, has always been a saying with the Norteño movement, man. And it seems like these guys are starting to make noise. They're starting to get on social media and let it be known, man, that Norteños rock a certain way. And you can't be mad at that. You can't hate on that. It doesn't matter where you're from. You don't have to embrace it and love it, but you can leave it, right? If she don't like it, she land it, right? You could do that. Now, at the end of the day, those that oppose, those that don't like it, they don't like it for whatever reason, whether it's a bias, whether it's gangbanging, or with all the bullshit that's going on nowadays because of that No Jumper interview. And then, of course, you know, Lefty Gunplay saying what he's saying, and he's been saying new things. We're going to get to that right now. I can see people feeling some type of way. I can see the wedge in between North and South that's always been there being hammered down even more so, and now it's splitting apart even further. Regardless of the inside controls the outside, what you have going on is a lot of individuals that ain't adhering to it and ain't trying to hear that shit, and they're just going to keep stepping the way they step. Now, when it comes to the Norteño movement, okay, the reason why the Norteños say things upon the South in their songs or mention the South in their songs is up north in Northern California, there's always been guerra. It's always been war with the upstate Southsiders, right? So the North and South war is pretty prevalent up north. It's always been going on. It always happens. It happens daily. We just had the incident in Santa Cruz where the Southsiders decided allegedly to pull up and try to run Acito and GB up out the stage, right? We've had, there's several instances, like I said, and that was in Santa Cruz. I've been in Santa Cruz where people ran up on each other. San Jose, man, you get in the mix, you hit the wrong street, bend the wrong corner, the funk is on, right? In several cities up north, you've had invasions in Richmond, man, where Sureños were able to establish and take over a whole city. And it's just the way it is, right? It's just the way it is. It's war. It's chess, not checkers. It's fucking I sunk your battleship. People are over there up north in Northern California really pushing pavement, really putting paint where it ain't, really getting to the motherfucking product of war.
Shout out to everybody putting paint where it ain't.
Okay? Now, in Southern California, it's different. In Southern California, you have Vario on Vario, blue on blue, hood and hood shit, right? There's never been a Norteño presence in Los Angeles or Southern California, period. So they don't even trip. There's so many Southsiders that have never seen a Norteño in real life. Now they have because of No Jumper. Now they have because of social media. But prior to that, unless you were incarcerated, been laced up a certain way, and been to prison, you wouldn't even know what a Norteño looks like. You know, and according to what people say, they always throw, something out there that the Norteños are beneath or less than or don't look the same or have different movements or different swag. And so there's always going to be a bias because that's all they know. But, down south, to be totally truthfully honest with you, having done time down south, there was a lot of Southsiders I met or Sureños that didn't even know what a Norteño was or looked like. It's shocking.
I remember when I was in the LA County jail system, never been to the penitentiary, never at all. I was actually talking to, I can't never say where bro from. I can't never say his name because I'm sure, like by now, he is one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure. Like he was a Mexican dude. He was my bunkie. He wasn't my bunkie. He was my bunk mate. We weren't bunkies. We was a super max, but he was in the bed next to me. And he was a guy, bro. I always say that he had the keys. He had the keys, man. I can't say too much about it because Mexicans is good with their paperwork. They know about their birthday cards. So if I say too much, they're gonna be able to put it all together. But he had the keys, man. He had the keys. The only person above him was the dude like in high power, and I guess the only dude above the dude in high power was like, I know he had the floor, so I'm not sure. Like I know there was somebody above him that he reported to, but I know he had the whole floor. What I will say is this: we were talking one time, and he was explaining to me about the North and the South, the beef between Northern California and Southern California. He was explaining to me like between like Northern Mexicans, Southern Mexicans, blah blah. Bro said that he had never made it past Riverside. Never made it past Riverside. So he had never even been to the Bakersfield line where divides Northern and Southern California, but he was telling me he just knew that he was supposed to hate those guys and blah, blah, blah. But he said that he had never in real life even actually ever seen a Norteño. Like he said anyone from the North. That's what he said. He didn't say Norteño. He said anyone from the North. Shout out to Six. Y'all see Six being a mix. My Mexican hairless dog, my little chupacabra. But yeah, he said he had never even seen a Norteño. Like, imagine having a whole hatred and beef for people. But he was like, yeah, dog, when I go to the pen, no, I know it's going to be Wookie Bam, blah, blah. But imagine having this whole, like, 1-2 step like Sierra and, blah, blah, blah for a group of people you've never even seen. Like, you've never even seen these people. That's crazy. But that's their politics, you know what I'm saying? But that's the same thing goes with Bloods and Crips because, bro, if you no matter what hood you from right now, you hate people from the enemy hood right now you ain't never met. You ain't never seen that person before. So it's the same thing, big dog. It's the same thing. Let's try hugs over thugs today. Less thugging, more hugging. Less thugging, more hugging. I'm just saying.
Damn, they knew that we were the enemy. They knew that they had to get off where they were mad at because that's what they were being told. But a lot of them were like, damn, I thought Chuvatos had fucking a tail and eyes over here, right? They thought we looked like the guys from Hills Have Eyes. When they met us, they were like, damn, whopping. How can we tell, right? There was no difference there. Really, it wasn't too much of a difference. Certain haircuts and certain swag and little bit of a different flavor, but it was all a brown thing, right? And I was able to adapt to my surroundings, and albeit, man, it took a lot of fighting, a lot of strife, a lot of struggle. But when you come from the northern struggle, that's what the struggle is. You understand, man, it's all about the establishment of the people for social status of equality. Basically, we're always going to be on the short end of the stick, man, and we have to make that stick work for us. That's what a Norteño struggle is, right? With the Southsiders, it's a little bit of a different struggle because they have their struggles too. But their struggles, albeit, are within each other, within their own group. Whatever they got going on, that's their reglas, that's their shit. So now with No Jumper, this platform being an official platform that's opens its doors to everybody, there's a conflict of interest. There's a problem, okay? There's a serious problem. The serious problem being that people already know Adam, the host, as a shit stirrer. They already know him as a person that causes conflict within his own people, within his own fucking gente that he has working for him. I mean, look, DW Flame is gone now, AD's gone, House Phone's gone, fucking Duno's gone, fucking Lush is gone there, gone there, gone there, gone where.
Lush is actually back, but don't worry about it. Remember, who's gone, who's back is hard.
Wherever he's gone, right? And then Adam's too busy making porn movies. So you got a lot of fucking bullshit going on. I've always wondered why all these guys that are in conflict with each other just happen to always miss each other. They're never there at the same time. Who would have thought that? Is that shit scripted? One never knows, does one? But it just seems funny to me. But again, that's their platform. And if you want to go on it as a certified real one, whether it's Lefty Gunplay, Chito Ranas, Lazy Boy, now Bands is going, man. They haven't dropped the interview yet, but I'm looking forward to watching and seeing what he said. Gold Toes. These guys are using it as a business platform to push their business, man. Not necessarily to sit there and talk about gang shit with the guy who fucking doesn't know the first thing about it. Okay? That's just point blank simple. And now what it has done, this No Jumper platform has caused a lot of interest, but also a lot of pleito, a lot of drama, right? Now everything north and south that's been going on prior to No Jumper, the bullshit shenanigans with the disrespecting songs and the lightweight disses and the subliminals, that's always happened. It's going to continue to happen because you have two groups that are in opposition of each other. They don't like each other. So one group or the other group's going to mention each other, whether it be the South Side disrespecting the North, like Lefty Gunplay, feeling some type of way, not wanting to do songs with the Norteños, when the Norteños don't want to do songs with him as well, but voicing that, or whether it be Bozo talking about the North already lost the fight and the Southern cause is greater than, or whether it be just typical regular guys that have never been in the industry, whether rappers or comedians or whatever, voicing their opinion on social media. It's going to go like that. And then, of course, the Norteños for a long time, have been very quiet, not very vocal. They have on some songs, on some diss tracks, but they haven't been real vocal on social media about how they feel about what they consider the Southern oppression or the Southsiders, right? And now they're starting to voice that. Whether Aguila came and gave them the green light to go ahead and do that on social media, it's being done. Okay, back in my days, like I said, it flabbergasted me to see Lazy Boy pull up and speak on some of the things he did, because prior to that moment, I never seen Norteños present their case like that. But I guess it's okay now, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey, the voice of the voiceless, man. Hey, the gente need to be heard too. So if you're going to strive for social status of equality, then you have to strive for it in all areas, right? So now they're saying what they have to say, because whether they're tired of dropouts speaking for them, or they're tired of people misconstruing the stories and thinking one thing about them when it's not that thing, I can understand it. Forever forward in their movements, the homies are going to do their thing. Okay, and the Southsiders are going to continue to do their thing. So I was watching an interview. We're going to get back to the fucking song that was dropped, the Unity song. Because there was one lyric that stood out amongst the rest that I feel shouldn't have even been in that song. But hey, of course, to each their own. But I'm going to dissect it and tell you why it shouldn't have been. Right now, you have Lefty Gunplay. Respects to Lefty, man, doing his thing. And man, the controversy continues with him. Now, you know, people are talking about, or we've seen the little video, maybe it was a skit, maybe it wasn't, where he's arguing with the chick and threatening her and calling her the N-word and whatever, man. And I did a video yesterday pertaining to not that situation. See, people got it confused. I'm talking about it happened again. I'm talking about a situation a month and a half back, where he did the same thing on his IG Live with the female, right? Way before this skit or whatever this was, this 20-in-1 thing. But people thought it was pretty much the same thing because it coincided. But it was not. I hadn't even seen that fucking video when I was talking about what I was talking about. But now, subsequently, that video has dropped, so I could say, man, that this guy kind of has a prior, man. He's been doing this. Excuse me, I got the burpees. You know what I mean? Máquina time. So, I mean, it is what it is. No hate on Lefty, man. I hope he fucking wins in the game. I hope he fucking gets all the big pile of money he wants. I hope he's able to Scrooge McDuck and ski down that shit, right? But at the same time, man, everything that you say will be held against you, even in social media. You can't just go saying anything, man, or disrespecting women, because people are going to feel some type of way. People are going to fall back and fall off. Anyway, so I heard him say, you know, he was on the phone with a certain content creator, and he was able to facilitate that phone call and kind of interview him over the phone and figure out, hey, bro, how do you feel about Norteños pulling up to No Jumper? Now, I consider that question kind of stirring the pot just a little bit. Who gives a fuck what he thinks about Norteños pulling up, bro? But again, who gives a fuck what I think about it too, right? So whatever, man.
So I can see why this could be an issue for the Southerners to feel, you know, a little slighted or anything like that if the Norteños pull up, especially in Southern California, to shoot videos and do No Jumper and things like that, because it's essentially infringing on their territory. Imagine if you are a Blood or a Crip or a SA, Asian, Dominican, Puerto Rican, white boy, Jamaican, whatever, blah, blah, and your opposition pulls up to your neighborhood to do music videos. And their situation is bigger than the neighborhood. They actually claim whole parts of a state. Bakersfield down, Southern California, Southern Mexicans. Bakersfield up, Northern California, Northern Mexicans. So by the Northern Mexicans coming down and showing that, hey, not only can we do a video down here, we can put all our drama and our beefs aside, blah, blah, blah. It's like a show of a show of force, a show of unity, a show of solidarity, a show of more professional. It's a whoop-wop of a whoop-de-bam of a whatchamacallit of a flu-flam of a situation. You feel me? The flu-flammers are flu-flamming, the whatchamacallits are whatchamacalling it. And Six, what you think? Because you a Mexican dog. Six don't got nothing to say. She says she gonna just go ahead and stay out of it. She roll with the blacks. So Six does roll with the blacks, bro. She does, man. She's my chupacabra. Sorry, bro. You know what I'm saying? She roll with the blacks. I'm sorry. Either way it go, man. So we're going to go ahead and keep watching, though. But I can see how the Southerners could for sure feel slighted about this. But I could be wrong. I've never been to the penitentiary. So what a little birdie told me, you know what I'm saying? Free the homie. Not Avenue Angel, but it's still free Avenue Angel, so he's free. They said that the Mexicans had a ceasefire between northern and southerners, so they supposed to be cool in there. So I'm not sure if that spills over to the streets. I hope it does, but we're gonna keep going. Let's see.
You want to hear it, right? So they wanted to hear what he had to say, and of course, in a derogatory fashion, he had to play the high power role and say, hey, next time Adam needs to call me. For what? You're going to literally pull up? You were right there with your camarada, fucking Lucky. You had already, the pull up was already there, bro, and nothing happened. You know, not saying that it should have happened. I'm glad it didn't. I hate to see it say, and of course, who gives a fuck what I think about it? And kind of stirring the pot just a little bit and figure out, hey, bro, how it is. No hate on Lefty, man. I hope he fucking wins in the game. I hope he fucking gets all the big
I was trying to see if he was in fact talking about Lefty Gunplay or somebody else.
money he wants. I hope he's able to Scrooge McDuck and ski that down that shit, right? But at the same time, man, everything that you say will be held against you, even in social media. You can't just go saying anything, man, or disrespecting women, because people are going to feel some type of way. People are going to fall back and fall off. Anyway, so I heard him say, you know, he was on the phone with a certain content creator, and he was able to facilitate that phone call and kind of interview him over the phone and figure out,
I want to say that he was on the phone with Haters World. Shout out to Haters World.
hey, bro, how do you feel?
Hey, I love how y'all, it's not racist, bro. This is just how this man speaks. I love how Hater World goes, yeah, that's the black homie. Every time, bro, go, yeah, that's the black homie. Yeah, that's the black homie. Yeah, I'm the black homie. What the? Chupacabra. Shout out to Haters World. Hey, make sure y'all show him some love, man. Shout out to Blue Devil. I love how he says that, bro. It makes me laugh every time. I feel no way about it at all. I feel no disrespect, whatever. I just think that that's that man's dialect, and that's how he speaks. And I love it, and I respect it.
About Norteños pulling up to no jumper. Now, I consider that question kind of stirring the pot just a little bit. Who gives a fuck what he thinks about Norteños pulling up, bro? But again, who gives a fuck what I think about it too, right? So whatever, man. If you want to hear it, you want to hear it, right? So they wanted to hear what he had to say. And of course, in a derogatory fashion, he had to play the high power role and say, hey, next time Adam needs to call me. For what? You're going to literally pull up? You were right there with your camarada, fucking Lucky. You had already, the pull up was already there, bro, and nothing happened. You know, not saying that it should have happened. I'm glad it didn't. I hate to see Raza killing each other. But call you for what? You know, what are you going to do? You're going to go call a gang of homeboys to come and disrupt the fucking interview? Is it that serious? I don't think so, man. But the intention was there, you know, and the wordplay was there. And most people that see it are like, come on, bro, your credibility is shot out. It's kind of fucked up now. You shouldn't be talking about fighting, talking about gangbanging, talking about none of that. You should be talking about getting to the money, getting to the bag, getting to the...
Now, this is what I'll say, too. People love, in the comments, y'all love to tell people what they should and what they shouldn't do as you watch from the sidelines. Whew. Bar. Y'all love to tell people what they should and what they shouldn't do as y'all watch from the sidelines. If somebody says something to you and you fire on them, oh, you should have fired on them. If you don't fire on them, you should have fired on them. If you walk away, you should have walked away. If you don't walk away, you should have walked away. Y'all ain't never happy. What y'all need to do is come to a consensus of one good opinion in the comments and then stick to that. But it's always going to be a left. It's always going to be a down. It's always going to be a up. It's always going to be a right. It's always going to be a L1, R2, R1, L2, left, down, right, up, or R1, R2, L1, R2. L1, R2, was it R1, L2, L1, R2, left, down, right, up. Or I remember the other one was left, down, right, up, left, down, left, right. And then it was left, down, left. You know what game that's from. Go ahead, drop it, whatever. All I'm saying is, y'all be acting like y'all got the cheat codes and you don't. As you watch from the stands. I'm just saying. Now, some advice from the comments is fire. Not gonna lie. Some advice from the comments is fire. Some of it is just dumb, with poor grammar and terrible spelling, because words are hard. But let's keep going.
Be a shot out. It's kind of fucked up now. You shouldn't be talking about fighting, talking about gangbanging, talking about none of that. You should be talking about getting to the money, getting to the bag, getting to the rap game. Period. Plain and simple. But of course, man, a drama sells. So, and Lefty's becoming a master.
Like I tell y'all every morning, man, I'm drinking my mint water. Bro was like, it's called tea. I think it is called tea, but I like to call it mint water. Either way it go, man, I'm drinking my little mint water. What's my dog doing? Oh, okay. Drinking my little mint water, you feel me? Or, you know, tea as I like to call it. Did you drink some water? You did your 33, 34s? That's a set of 33. That's a set of 33. That's a 34 because that's 100 push-ups. Quick, you did your 33, 34. You brush your teeth? You wash your face? You went outside and took your socks and your shoes off and stood in the sun and got grounded? But you watching YouTube, huh? Okay. I did. And I did some sparring this morning. And I did my 4-mile run. Did you brush your teeth? You got some water? You're disgusting, bro. And I really wish that you get the fuck up and get your shit together, because it's probably like the 5th or 6th time me telling you about this shit. You still ain't got your dirty ass up and got no motherfucking water, bro. Go get you some water, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? Did you pray? You thank God for everything you got. You call somebody and tell them you love them. Whoever you got to call and tell them you love them. And if you ain't got nobody to call and tell you that, if you ain't got nobody to call and tell them that you love them, let me be the first to tell you that I love you and you matter in this world and I appreciate your presence and I appreciate what you contribute to this earth. Because we all got to have somebody, big dog. So if you ain't got nobody, I want you to know for sure you got me. You can slide in my DM whenever, bro. We can have conversations. Trap News Network, TRAPNEWSNETWORX. I ain't tripping. I'll chop it up with you. I got nothing but love for you, big dog. Nothing but love for you. You feel me? So I ain't got nobody. It's no longer an excuse. We homies. I just gave you, you know what I'm saying, Wooty Bam and a woo wop. So I'm not really sure what the problem is. Get up and get your shit together, bro. You over here watching YouTube. You ain't even brush your goddamn teeth. Drink no water today. Call somebody and tell them you love them. It's a great way to start the day. You starting with bullshit and drama. Get your shit together.
At drama, he's becoming a master at fucking wiggling, or those around him are dictating that program. He's doing his thing, right? So when he said that, hey, you should have called me next time. Call me when them fools are there. Don't disrespect me. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, bro. You know, like, I don't know what one man can do against an army. But then again, you know, I understand the feelings there when people feel like, hey, they're untouchable or they're that one, you know. But best believe if he showed up, he would show up with the gang of his homeboys, man, probably double or triple to what the Norteños presence was. And then, yes, it would be on. The funk would be on. But why? Why do you want to go press up on other brown men? Why do you want to go, do that when you had your own conflict within your own, bro, that you didn't handle? Or you're sitting down with the fucking dude who's been accused of being a fucking pedophile and no one's doing nothing, right? I don't understand that. You know, you talk about DOs and you talk about people that quit gangbanging are pieces of shit because they quit gangbanging because they're doing things. People are talking about criminal because he picked up a Bible and he's trying to do his thing. People are fucking putting all this pressure on people, other brown men, right? Yet when they have a dude that's right there in front of them, man, that's been accused, that's self-admitted to talking to 16-year-olds, that's done different shit. Nada. Crickets. You know what I mean?
Who's talking to 16-year-olds? What the hell? What the hell? Who's talking to 16-year-olds? What's going on?
Chirp, chirp.
Oh. Is he talking about? I think keep going.
Focus. You know, nothing's happening. So I don't know. You know, that's called individualism. That's called favoritism. That's called picking your poison. I guess you could talk shit about these people because they don't got much, but because this guy got a little bit of money and a platform, he's all good. He gets the pass. Whatever, right? So when I heard that goes on every side, man. Anyone who fucking sits down with that dude, they know better. You know, people were talking about Wes Watson. Oh, the pinchy Wes from fist to elbow. They were talking about Wes Watson. Oh, he's a piece of shit. He's no good. He went and took a picture with Diddy. He should have ran up and handled his business on Diddy. I agree. For all the fucking shot calling and Llavero shit that he talked about and all the high power fucking fuck chomos and all this he talked about, he sure was over there fucking doing the fucking manscape and the fanscape with fucking Diddy. Hey, look who I ran into, right? Diddy fucking had his finger up fucking Wes Watson's asshole looking for an apple so they can make a kicker for Pruno, right? And fucking Wes Watson's just sitting there all fucking happy. Hey,
no 3-finger whack. Hot dog water. Wow.
You never know. My life's a movie. Yeah, a fucking chirujo porn. Anyways, look. Again, picking and choosing. You know, oh, I would never hang around with a rat or a rape or this or that, but you're over there fucking flicking it up with P. Diddy, drinking a latte together. La-di-da. Who's seen that? I did. Now, when it comes back to the Norteño song, man, the Unity song, it's a great thing, unity. You know, it's always been a good thing. It's always something that the Norteños have possessed and pushed. You know, when you're incarcerated, even as Southerners and Northerners, you all come together with your gente, man, regardless of audio. Any audio conflict and shit, you put that to the side, you know? Hey, you seen it in the movies like American Me, man, when he says, hey, think about this from 18th Street, and he says, hey, Holmes, there is no La Primera, no 18, none of that in here. There's always going to be your barrio. You're always going to have love and pride in your barrio, but you have to come together for a greater movement, a greater cause, which is, you know what I mean, to impose your will, but also to hold it down so that way your opposition doesn't see a weakness and a crack in your, any flaws in your step. You know how it is in prison, hey, to each their own. Now it's fucked up that there's a divide between North and South, but there's been that for 50 years, right? So Northerners do the exact same thing, man. When they all get incarcerated, they all come together. But not only do they do that in prison, they also do that on the streets. And that was a perfect example of a whole bunch of Norteños coming together to show canalismo. Now, that song wasn't a bad song, but there was one thing that's getting everyone talking, right? One of the guys
I think they shot the video in Southern California and they disrespected the Southsiders with a derogatory term. I could be wrong.
pulled up to No Jumper for the backing of Lazy Boy. Basically, he went for Canalismo. He went to show, hey, Holmes, Norteños move as one unit together. You know, he took his gente with them. Lazy Boy, of course, took backup. If I was ever going in somewhere, man, I'd take a few people with me, you know? Hey, that's just the way it is, bro. It's not because a motherfucker's scared. It's because a motherfucker's smart, right? You're going to come with your people. I'm going to come with mine. So he comes with his gente. And one of these guys is a known rapper out of the Sacramento area, right? Good music, been doing his thing, OG in the game when it comes to rapping. And he said a line in that song, man, that he didn't even have to put in there. Basically, in that line of that song, you can go back and look at it. It's called Unity. He says he disrespects Southsiders, but he also says that they pulled up to No Jumper, strapped up, ready for whatever. Basically like, hey, we're going wherever we want. Now, quietly, the unspoken rule is here, any man is going to go anywhere he wants, bro. You're entitled to go wherever you want. You dictate your own program. No one can stop you if you don't want to be stopped. There could be repercussions. You can get stopped in your tracks while you're there. But ultimately, if you want to pull up to Los Angeles, to Merced, to Modesto, you know, when I see people posting, hey, I'm over here in this hood, cool, it doesn't take much to fucking, it takes a little gas money. That's it. Right? But when you talk about, hey, we were strapped up ready, you're fucking up because you're fucking letting the opposition know what they should already know without it being spoken. Quietly as it's kept, things need to be quietly as they're kept, right? There's certain things you shouldn't speak about. Just like Lefty, when Lefty said, oh, I had it on me. You know, what was I going to do to Lucky? Fucking blast him in front of 3,000 people. I had it on me, basically, right? Motherfucker, we don't need to know you have it on.
Now, in my opinion, was it necessary to do any dissing? No, I don't think it's necessary to do no dissing. I don't ever think it's necessary to do no dissing. However, he is from an opposing factor. So I'm not going to say that I approve of it because, you know, that's that. But I don't think anybody cares about my approval. But I will say I understand the reasoning behind it. Do I agree with it? No, because I don't agree with no dissing. I think it's unnecessary. But I can understand why he did it because he is from the northern faction of California. And he did go to No Jumper. So it's kind of like pulling up on somebody's hood day and parking on a landscape. Shout out to RJ, if you know a song.
And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
You know, so Rich Trapper in the comments. But you know what I'm saying? I can understand that. But it's a tricky of it. You feel me? We can
Rich Trapper. He be reacting to your shit.
Saying that we had it on us. We assume you guys do have it on you. We assume, Lefty, that maybe you do. You shouldn't. You're on parole. We assume everyone has it on them. But don't say it because what you're doing, bro, is you're causing conflict and you're basically saying like, hey, we went there ready for whatever. Yes, of course, the Norteño movement.
And I do want to point this out too, man. Y'all love to say that only the blacks get on, especially black people. And I'm talking to black people because I don't know why, more than anybody else, black people love to talk bad about black people more than anybody else publicly and love to always bring up somebody. This ain't talking down on nobody, but black people always love to talk about how black people can't get together and black people can't do this and blah, blah, blah. Black people talk about that negatively, especially you weird ass, bitch ass, grand rising like a biscuit, rock collecting woke niggas. Yes, I said what the fuck I said. All that copper jewelry can't save you, big dog. Get you some of this 14K. Anyway, I said it, management. I said it. Fuck your copper bracelet. Get you some 14K. Anyway, and if you ain't on no bullshit, this ain't you. Don't worry about it. If you wearing copper jewelry and you ain't on no bullshit and you actually agree with what I'm saying, y'all with the homies. Y'all know the fake woke niggas I'm talking about. If you offended, it's because you a fake woke nigga. If you a real woke nigga, I ain't talking to you. But the fake woke niggas, you need to go back to sleep. Y'all love to talk about how all black people, blah, blah. Bro, I say it all the time. Mexicans, Asians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, white boys, and Haitians. Everybody get into it with everybody, big dog. Everybody get into it with everybody, big dog. With the expansion of the internet and social media, we all gonna see this every single time. We all gonna see it every single time. Whereas once before, it was just kept quiet. Now we can see it. Everybody get into it with everybody, bro. When you have collectives of people, there'll always be conflict. That's just human nature.
Dictates you must be ready at all times. Don't present yourself presented. You understand? And everyone knows that. Anyone who's laced up and done time and just knows. And Norteño will always be ready at a half 60 at all time. Always ready to go. Defensive stance, but always aware. But when you're doing that, it's like you're egging it on. But you can't do that from a distance, Holmes. You can't do that after the fact. You can't go to someone else's backyard, Holmes, and then, go there, do your little professional meeting, your little...
You can actually do what you want to do. You just got to be ready for the consequences of what you do. I never tell nobody what they can and can't do. I always just say, what I would and what I wouldn't do. You feel me? But, shit. You feel me? Can't tell nobody what they can and what they can't do. All I can say is be prepared for the consequences of your actions. That's all I'm gonna say. You feel me? That's that.
Interviews, everything's good in the hood, get on, and then later on disrespect, hey, we were there, you officers didn't do nothing. Because at the end of the day, because that's what it seems like, whether them words are actually spoken, it doesn't make you look cool. You don't get brownie points for having pulled up somewhere and then later on talking about it. Hey, everyone's seen that you were there. Everyone's seen a Norteño presence there. Not a lot of people liked it. There's still a lot of people discussing it. But now all you did was slap people in the face. Now all you did was put a sour taste in their mouth. Worse than it was already there. And I know people are like, I don't give a fuck. That's the opposition. Fuck them. That's how people talk. But you have to respect all men, especially your adversary. You can't be incarcerated and function on the same yardas together, handling business together, at an end all hostilities, and not respect it even a little bit, because your forefathers and the people that are set the foundation down are the ones that put that put that movement in place. You got to respect your elders. You got to respect the functions of the whole group as a whole. Rap music's cool, talking shit's cool, social media is cool, but at the end of the day, this is real life shit. I would hate to see.
Now, this is the part that I think a lot of older people are having a hard time understanding. Social media is now real life shit. Oh, it's just social media, it's just social media. These kids are, I don't know if y'all seen the kids on Western a couple days ago that was fighting. One of the little boys was getting packed out. He whipped out the whoopty bam and whatchamacallit with the woo-wop. You feel me? God bless everybody involved in that situation, because that's crazy. God bless everybody involved in that situation. But that's on social media. That's on Facebook. We watched it. Instagram, YouTube, MySpace, however you get your social media, Twitter, Vine, whatever you got. We all watched it. And we watched a group of kids jump on this one little boy. We watched the one little boy bust his move with the woo-wop and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's on social media. We watch these kids get into it with each other in the comments, and then they go meet up with each other. That's on social media. We watch these grown men get into it with each other on YouTube. Boom, go slide on each other. That's social media. Social media is no longer considered, it's just the internet. No, it's a real thing, big dog. And if you consider it anything outside of a real thing, you're a dinosaur and you're living in the past. So all these old rules that y'all like to live by, it's this, it should be like that. That ain't the rules no more, bro. And if you keep playing that old game, you're going to lose the old game to a new nigga. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? So adapt with the times. All this, it shouldn't be on social media, it shouldn't, but it is. So all this, but it shouldn't be, but it's not, but it can't, blah, blah, but it is. So, okay, so let's stop talking about what it should or what it shouldn't be, and let's address what it is. But it is. But it is on social media. You know what I'm saying? I seen back and forth little comments, and look at all this shit, blah, blah, blah. And all I'm going to say is, never mind, I ain't even going to say it. All I'm going to say is this. Even the people who know me, if you got my number, hit me. Slide in my DM Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Don't argue with strangers in the comments because you feel a way about it. I'm saying this personally. And it's going to resonate with somebody. Don't argue back and forth with strangers in the comments because you don't necessarily approve of what I do or how I'm doing it. Hit me. But you rather go back and forth in the comments on social media than slide into my DM and be like, hey, bro, what's the deal? And then give me your opinion. You feel me? Because, if you my family, you my loved one, I do love and respect your opinion. But a lot of you, I ain't gonna say a lot of you, it's one person specifically I'm talking to. And if you don't know who it is, then it ain't you. And if you feel like it's you, then it probably is you. There's gonna be a couple people to take this, but whatever. All I'm gonna say is, instead of going back and forth on social media because you don't like something I did on social media, you can hit me. Slide in my DM on Instagram, throw me your number, I hit you back immediately. You feel me? We family. But you rather go back and forth on social media about how things shouldn't be on social media while you're arguing on social media. This is the world we live in, bro. We live, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all don't realize it or not, but we live off these. You feel me? We make chili off these. We order food, we get rides, we groceries, whatever, off these, bro. Off these. Social media. Get with the program. All this, social media. You a dinosaur, big dog. Go back to IBM with that. Go back to AOL with that. Go back to AOL CDs. Dial up with that shit. Take that shit back to AIM, big dog. Social media is the natural world. That's why it's called the metaverse. This is a real place, bro. Now, you might not be able to really tangibly obtain this place through physicality, but this is a real thing. You can get a real charge off this, end up in a real jail. You can end up in a real physical consequence, bro. Social media is a real thing. So let's to my older crowd, I'm sorry to digress so long, but Let's really get this understood. That social media is an actual thing. Y'all just don't want to accept it, but that don't mean that that's not what it is. Well, it shouldn't be. It doesn't matter what it should be. This is what it is. Period.
People get hurt because let me tell you how the Southerners feel, man. I'm not a Southerner, but I know I've talked to a few, and I know they feel like that was a slap in the mouth. They feel like, hey, this Vato didn't have to say that. You know, if it was really that serious, you know, they could have fucking called 50 Southsiders, 50 Northerners, and let them do their thing at No Jumper. And Adam could have filmed it all and got hella views, right? That's the way it could have been. But you can't talk after the fact, man. It just doesn't make you look good, and it makes no sense. Now, I'm not woofing on that Vato saying he's not about the business, because everything I've heard from other people is that rapper's about the business. You know, he pulled up, Holmes. You know, but let me explain something to you about pulling up. You know, people are like, damn, the active Norteños pulled up to No Jumper. That's what I'm talking about. Shit, 3-4 years ago, fucking, I was on live in Orange County, Holmes, with a bunch of non-active Norteños. You know, do you remember? 5,000-6,000 people in the live, right?
Sorry, Gunner, I don't remember, big dog.
Right there at the fucking Motel 6, right down the street from Disneyland, getting ready to go to the Cholo Trucker fight. I pulled up with my homeboys. I pulled up, you know, but there was but I respected it. I didn't woof about it. I didn't say, you know what, fuck these Vatos, or, we're in LA, or we're in Orange County, or, hey, we're in Victorville, or wherever we were at during that whole process. I said, hey, man, it's lovely out here. Nothing but respect. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the Southern hospitality. That's and that's coming from what they consider a dropout, man. Consider someone that's a piece of shit. Someone that stepped back, that ain't part of the shit anymore, right? But I had a lot of respect. When you're active and you're functioning, you carry yourself to a certain standard as a gay member, you also got to have that respect. You can't let a dropout have more respect than you have. It just doesn't work that way, right? It's not supposed to. But it did in this case and instance. I'm saying like this, bro. I say that to say this. Respects for that Unity song. Badass song. Hey, I endorse it. People go out there and listen to it, man. I guess that motherfucking fire going again, homie. So step my buy back in, right? Fuck, nah. Hey, but that song, bro, about the no jumper, that lyric about the no jumper incident and pulling up and strapped up, they could have went without that. But it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, Norteños don't give a fuck what the Southsiders think, and Southsiders definitely don't give a fuck what the Norteños think. And with that type of mentality, bro, your money's going to be limited. Your movement's going to be limited. And there's going to be a lot less brown people in this world, man. When we have so much opposition from different ethnic groups and different things going on, man, we're too fucking worried about what the other side thinks. With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming and let me know, what do you guys think? Do you think people are just making a big deal out of it? It ain't really nothing. To be honest with you, man, that was one little lyric in a song. But I could see how the Southern raza would feel about that. Like, hey, Holmes, that's disrespectful. You know, and then it makes you look like, hey, bro, no one knew you were there. You know, that's after the fact, bro. Let's keep it real. Hey, and if you were strapped up, shh. Don't talk about it unless you use it, man. You know, there's a lot of fucking law enforcement and people that are waiting and watching and hoping something kicks off or a body fucking comes up in a river, in the LA River, right? So guess what they can say, man? You know, they can keep the fucking shit going and keep locking up brown men. Keep locking up our youngsters, our young brown men. That's what they want to do, Holmes. Giving them life sentences and eventually, ultimately being able to slam them back in the shoe for indeterminates. That's the goal. And we're allowing them to do that. Man, damn Mexicans. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all.
We out of here, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, though. Let me know what y'all think about this one, though. It's kind of long, but make sure y'all let me know what y'all think about this one, man. I think Gunner gave a lot of good points, but I don't know, man. We're going to figure it out. We get more involved in what they got going on over on the brown side. Shout out to Brown side. Either way it go, you know about that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it if you do. I actually really enjoy Sunday Afternoon by Lighter Shade of Brown. That's my shit. That is my shit. That's one of my favorite songs to listen to. I'm sparring. Yes, I do spar listening to Lighter Shade of Brown on a Sunday afternoon. It was me, Sean, and the homies. A lot of shade around. I said chill. All the vatos in the park stay ill, playing horseshoes just to win the bill. Bro came off sliding, so now we eat. That nigga came off sliding. The cops came by looking for the move, but what Ruben had was plain and semi apple juice coming up short, just like that nigga came through sliding. Bro started off the verse. I said chill. All the vatos in the park stay ill, playing horseshoes just to win the bill. That nigga came sliding on that boy. Anyway, I'm finna go listen to Lighter Shade of Brown right now, as a matter of fact. I'm finna go listen to that song right now. I promise you I am. Before we get into that, man, make sure I get into these Honey Bourbon loose leaves. Shout out to Desto Dub. Shout out to loose leaves. Honey Bourbon loose leaves, man. Perfect roll every time for a perfectly cut leaf. Get into that if you ain't got into that. You also want to make sure you get into these, man. Tasty live resin disposable. What's upside down? Angles are hard. Rotations are hard. Go do this. It's hard. Promotions are hard. Tasty live resin disposable cartridges, man. Make sure y'all get into these. Cannabis-derived terpenes, premium category 3 distillate, no pesticides or heavy metals, like a rock band. Get into that if you ain't got into that. You feel me? We finna jump out of here. But before we do, find me on all streaming platforms, Rich Trapper Game 6. But more importantly than anything, Rich Trapper something on. That's out now. Get into that if you ain't got into that, because that's the most important thing to get into. Red dot, slide it to the left. Find me on Instagram, Trap News Network, TRAPNEWSNETWORX, if you want marketing, promotion, advertisement through TNN Trap News Network. We finna get up out of here, though. Did I forget anything? If I did, it don't matter because it's Free Avenue Angel, and so he's free. We go.